I caught another ant. Tuesday morning at like 2 a.m. So the 9th of January. Today it's the 11th, it's a Thursday. And it's actually fairly active, which in a way that the previous one wasn't. So again, I don't know if it's fertilized because the wings are still intact. And I'm not really sure what it's trying to do, but when I caught it, it was trying to get in an SD card slot of another device, and yeah, I'm like, let's not do that. But yeah, no, so this is much more active than the first one I put in here. Pretty sure it's female, because if it was a male, it wouldn't have any reason to keep living, so yeah. Now, of course, this isn't the best setup. This is my toy ant farm. So this isn't my good queen ant, and it's not my good ant farm. But this time I've tried to make an improvement, so I put that there, cut it up today. So it's had a couple days to just roam with the lights, but hoping that's darker, like to make it less stressed. So if it is fertilized and it does lay eggs, maybe it won't eat them. But as you can see, it hasn't really decided to set up shop in there yet. I'm really not sure what it's trying to do. Also, I think this is not quite dark enough. I might have to paint it black on the outside. Just when I do this, I mean, I guess this is a gaping hole, so I can see in there during the day, and the light is there on this side. I'm not sure about the compartments on this side, whether there's anywhere dark enough. But yeah, so we'll see how it goes. See how long we can keep it alive. No, I have a feeling that it's not fertilized. But it is doing more than the previous ant, I'll give it that. So, I guess we'll find out. Maybe it's healthier, and yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. Hopefully we get something a bit more interesting than the other one, where it kind of just like hung out around here. I can still see the wing that broke off a while ago, and then it went all the way down here and just sort of hung out down the bottom for a while. And it never really did much exploring, like it went across here a few times, but this one is actually, you know, it's been everywhere. It's hidden in the tops, but it's also come all the way down and hidden in there. Spent a lot of time on here, that's why I put it on this side, but I guess it's night. The lights were off just before this, so you probably thought it was safe to explore in the morning, in the daylight. Maybe it'll go back there. I'll find out. Another thing I did is up here, I put a little cotton ball so I can like put water on it, make it damp. So if it does decide to live in there, hopefully that's enough water for it to be able to get there without having to explore and, you know, go where all the water is. I put a bit more water in the sand, but yeah, I don't know. So that's the beginning of another ant venture. So it turns out this new ant is an idiot because it's been hanging around on this side and has kind of just stayed in that tower instead of going over to the other one that I darkened for it. I don't know if it like maybe didn't like the moisture that I put in. But maybe I should just do this and see if it... I thought about turning things around so that the daylight, you know, would hit it directly, but it has spent time on the other side during the day, so I'm just gonna chuck this over here. I think the... Oh yeah, no, it matches up alright. See what happens? I don't know. Fucking idiot, I made the thing for you so it would be darker. But no, and we'll see if it decides it's gonna fuck off from there to the other side, then I guess it doesn't like my toilet roll. I don't know if it messes with the circulation or what, but like it's an ant. Ants don't need that much air. If it stays there though, maybe it's an issue with my, you know, moisture solution. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'm not doing so well today. So... she's really active and has just been going all over the place. So I put the cardboard tube back over there. And I also got rid of the cotton ball in there just in case like it was making it too humid or I don't know. But yeah, since yesterday, She's sort of been running around all over the place. Once I took the cotton ball out, she did seem to spend more time in there, unless she was somewhere hidden that I couldn't see. But then, you know, once the sun started to go down, she's back to running around in crazy circles. I also dropped a little bit of sugar in there, just in case. I don't know if she's actually eaten any, because it's kind of hard to tell, and my aim was bad. And yeah, once they're in there, they kind of absorb the water from the atmosphere, so yeah, I would have no idea. I can't tell the difference between the sugar and the water droplets anymore. Yeah, I don't know what she's looking for. Goodness me, someone driving like crazy in the neighborhood. Yeah, I'm not really sure what she's looking for. And again, I don't know if she's fertilized, so... We having a drink there? Kind of mooning us at the moment. Anyway, that's what we're up to, running around in crazy circles, no idea what's going on. But yeah, not really settling down. I guess the paper tube maybe isn't enough, and maybe she's just not fertilized. I got no idea. Just brought the toy ant farm out to check on my ant, and it was looking pretty dry in there, so I've just squirted some water in. It's lost a lot of energy, I gotta say. It's kind of just wandering around, although I don't know if I just caught it at a time of day where it's, you know, not that energetic, but previously when I've checked on it, it has had a tendency to scamper a lot. I think it's cleaning itself at the moment. Also, I did check here, you know, take it off, and I can't see any action there in terms of potentially laying eggs or whatever. I mean, it's possible I'm just not looking in the right spot. It's a bit hard to see into every nook and cranny. But yeah, I suspect that this is not a fertilized queen, and that also the conditions I'm keeping it in aren't ideal. I'm aware of that. But yeah, like, you know, it hasn't pulled off its wings. It hasn't really tried to settle down. I'm not really sure what it's doing with itself. So I guess it'll be an interesting thing to keep observing. But I don't think we're going to get much action. It's going to be much the same as the previous ant, where it just stuffed around for a long time and eventually died. Oh well! I guess also an important thing to mention is that if she hasn't been fertilized, releasing her will just sort of doom her to be eaten by something else. So, yeah. She's probably safer in my care. And you know, she's just an ant, so I think it's okay to keep her as a sort of a pet, but yeah. I just think like her prospects both here and in the wild outdoors, she'll last longer in here, probably. Anyway. It's the morning and I was just having a look, because, you know, instead of hanging out in the middle, I thought maybe she'd gone back to there. But no! There she is, in there. She's decided that's where she likes to hang out. Again, pretty sure there's no eggs in there, although I would have to take the cap off to check.
but I probably shouldn't, just in case there are, and I disturb that whole process. I noticed previously she did like hiding in there, so I guess that's a thing. They don't like having too much space, and that's kind of small and confined, but, I really tried to give it a darker spot, and it picks that anyway, so, whatever. I even pushed, the toilet roll end into the darker part where there wouldn't be light coming in this way, but no, she's decided that's where she wants to be. Can't do anything about that.
Holy shit, guys. So I thought the ant was dead. It's hiding in there, and so I just pulled the tube to check. I was actually just trying to vibrate it to scare it, but I accidentally pulled it off, and it's got little eggs in the end there, so, or at least what looks like little eggs, and it seems to be happy in that tiny little chamber, so I should just leave it alone. But this ant farm might actually work. You can see I've just put some more water in there, which I've been doing every week. Seems to be enough to keep her happy, but my wild caught ant, this one might actually be doing its goddamn job, so we'll see how that goes. And whether we, I've had it for a while. I don't know how long it's been doing the eggs, but it did settle in there a while back, and just mostly hangs out there. I just didn't realize that it definitely had eggs. I did suspect, I thought maybe, but that's visual confirmation. And yeah, she did go what the fuck when I took it off, but I quickly put it back on. I think she's doing something now, so hopefully I haven't upset her too badly, but yay, I've got 2 ant farms going at the same time. This is the horrible kids one. You can see she didn't give a shit about this. But I'll leave it there, because maybe when, if she gets to the point of having her kids survive instead of just eating them, which she could be doing, I don't know. If it actually goes anywhere, maybe eventually she will prefer the dark side. I don't know. It's possible my first ant that I put in here was fertilized, but because I was keeping it here and it gets daylight, that might have been upsetting her, whereas I actually put this in a shelf where it doesn't get daylight, and maybe that's why this one's doing better. Oh no, because I don't think she's dropped her wings, so, and I did think the other one had an egg, but it was just, he might have eaten it. Anyway, interesting thing, it's 1 a.m, I better go to bed. I just noticed this queen, she's actually left her corner. I don't know how often she does that. Have I just not been noticing? I've been so distracted with this dog. But yeah, I just looked and there she is. I think she's getting water. She's still moving, she's not dead or anything, but I guess we'll see, if she goes back to her little corner where I think she has eggs. But yeah, I don't know. Is it weird that I'm excited that she moved that much? I'm not crazy, you're crazy. Why are you watching this? Totally forgot to check in on this one. Where is she gone? Not in here. Ta-da! Not sure what's going on, if that's a bad sign. Has she given up on her eggs? I haven't been watching! I'm gonna check some more water in there, and I should really try and remember to monitor what's going on. I'm just so busy these days. Right, so cardboard tube, I've turned it around. Cardboard tube starting to look a bit moldy, so maybe I should just throw that out, seeing as she's not using it. But yeah, so here she is. What's the best way? That way? Yeah, basically, I think that's where failed queen ants go to die. I did check in here to see whether any of those eggs were still there, and they're not. So I think she ended up just eating them. Do they lay eggs if they're not fertilized, like chickens do? Or were they fertilized and she just gave up? I don't know if it's a weather thing, or, if it was, did I water it wrong? Because I've been putting water in every week, but one week I put a bit less. I don't think they should be that sensitive though. So my best guess is just the drop in temperature, maybe. She didn't get enough going before things got really cold, and my room is like the coldest in the house, which probably doesn't help. And I haven't been warming it heaps, I guess, because I have a snow dog now. Anyway, so she's still alive, but kind of sad. And yeah, I don't know. I assume she's eaten the eggs. And she might potter around for a few months and then die like the last one I had in here. I mean, to be fair, this is a kid's toy and it's not a good setup for a queen ant. And I should really do the test tube thing if I catch more, but then I would have to buy test tubes. And I'm too busy with dog and just the other ant that is successful. That's enough of my time. Stupid ant. Shit. I think she's dead. She hasn't moved at all for, I don't know, the last few days. And, sorry, let me just rest the phone there. Like, no signs of life. I mean, you know, there's probably other ways I could figure it out. Like if I put water in there, but I think she's dead. There's nothing going on. Any movement? Not that I can see. Is that the end of this? Just in an awkward spot, so I don't know how to actually get her out, but that's later me's problem. Yeah, this one's dead. There's even like mold or something growing on her. Hasn't moved since we last checked in. Oh, I can't focus. That is not looking good. So, you know, dan 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 na 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 na. That's it for this one.